Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Just doing another video here. It's continuing on with the shelf by shelf thing I've been doing. Um, and basically, what that is, if you don't already know, it's just I'm going to just one or two shelves at a time and just talking about what I have in my collection in the little museum here in a little bit more detail rather than going through the entirety of it all in one shot because the collection's actually getting pretty big. There's a lot going on there now. You can see, hopefully, because I can't see myself right now. But so yeah, hopefully, yeah, I've just been kind of doing that in a little bit more detail because if I try to do a full video and try and do a lot of detail about every little thing, it's going to be a long ass video, and no one really has the patience for that. And if also you'd like to help me out and hit that subscribe button, that'd be pretty cool. I would really like that. I just want to get up to 1,000 subs, and just sort of a small little YouTube goal for myself. As you know, I'm not a monetized YouTube person. I'm not. I don't consider myself like a content creator or anything like that. I'm just a guy who likes making videos for fun, and so help me get up to 1,000 subscribers would just be kind of fun for me and enjoyable. And if you want to hit that like and make a comment below, talk about anything you might have in your collection, or if there's anything in my collection that you might have found interesting. I try my best to get back to all comments because I don't get a lot, and it's usually not a problem. So anyway, we will start this video. Well, we've already started the video. We'll start talking about some stuff. So today, right now, I'm going to talk about this shelf here, and it's just some of my slashers, and I don't know why it is going light, dark, but super annoying. But anyway, start over here on this end. It's kind of getting on my nerves, the flashy thing that's going on, but whatever, can't do anything about it. So, and I'll just start over here on the end. This is a play on Jaws. It says, we're going to need a bigger boat as opposed to the real line, which is you're going to need a bigger boat. But that's from the Ripley's aquarium in Toronto. It's a big aquarium just under the CN Tower. If you're visiting Toronto, I suggest checking it out. It's a really cool place, and yeah, it's right there, right by the CN Tower. That's about all I can say about that. There's Jason. I believe that's the. I want to say that's the part 4 Jason, and I can't really remember off the top of my head. But anyway, I really like that. My goal is to actually get all the NECA Jasons, at least one from each film. I have a few now, and turn this back on. I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference, but unfortunately, when I took it out of the box with the NECA add-on parts are a little bit more fragile than the actual figures. The figures are usually made pretty solidly, and obviously you can see a lot of detail, like look at that, like right there in the belt, just little belt holes. And the little tool belt full of little weapons that somehow Jason knows how to use in this movie, and his tombstone. So maybe this was maybe that's the part 6 Jason. I honestly forget. Bad me, shame on me. But yeah, no, it is because that's the Jason Lives poster behind it that came with that figure. Because I didn't keep the poster that came with this, because I wasn't doing that. And that's I believe is part 4 with the Pamela Voorhees grave. But unfortunately, yeah, I took it out of the box, and that's like a fence spike, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And I was trying to put it in his hands as they are, and it snapped in half. So I taped it, and it was straight for a while. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a thick soy needle in there, paint it black, and then put a little bit more tape on it and some glue, and hopefully that'll hold. And it won't be so obvious that it's broken and the tape is sort of coming off. So it kind of looks a little tacky right now. And yeah, that one there is that's part 4, I believe. That was the first freestanding NECA figure I got of Jason. But it's it's pretty cool. It's similar bodies, but I do want to get them all. This one here I really like. This is from part 7, The New Blood. It's basically what referred to the Jason versus Carrie film, which is more or less what it is. He's fighting a girl with telekinetic powers. It's got a lot of plot holes, but the Jason in it, the costume design in it is really well done, and the figure looks amazing. Like, look at all the bones and all the gore you can see underneath the jacket after it's been rotting under the water for so long. And it's got like the buzzsaw kind of thing weapon that he used at one point in the film. But it's a really well made figure. One thing about the NECAs too, I'm not going to take the masks off because I don't want the figures to fall over, but they do make the faces accurate to the films. Okay, actually, he's on a stand. I could probably take this one off without too much trouble. Yeah, you can see they put a lot of detail in the faces. The other two are freestanding, and I know they might fall over, so I'm not going to bother with those. So I'll just put that right there for now. And there's this little wobbly guy, Michael Myers, that I got from the dollar store. And sometimes you find like interesting things at Dollarama when you just go in. You know, I've gotten a couple like little Halloween things and horror movie things here and there. Just and even like these Princess Bride figures up here. Those are from the dollar store. Like, can you believe that? Like, it's so cool. But and over here is Freddy Krueger. That is from part 2, if I'm not mistaken. Those are what are they called? Terror Hounds, I think, that guard his dream world version of the furnace room, which is actually a big giant building. I think that's where they burnt him to death or something like that. I can't remember exactly how it went, but it's been a while since I watched them. But that's a really well detailed figure. I really like it. You can tell it's part 2 because the claws are coming right out of his fingers as opposed to coming out of the glove, or as opposed to him wearing the glove rather. But I'm not that interested in getting all the Freddys from the different movies. I have a couple different ones. Like I got that one up there, and I got the new Nightmare one somewhere up on the shelf, and a couple other NECA Jason dolls up there. But not too interested in getting all the Freddys. Jason ones are a lot more interesting. And then over here, Michael Myers, not Mike Myers, not to be mistaken with the actor. But that's from part 2, and that's from the opening sequence when it shows the opening credits and the pumpkin splits open with the skull inside. Really good opening. But again, it's NECA. You can see like a lot of detail, even the eyes behind the mask. It's a really good figure. Just the wrinkles in the clothes. But again, the Michael Myers figures aren't as interesting as the Jasons, so I probably wouldn't get any more of them unless there's one that was like really stood out, you know. But much unlike the Jasons, where they got more interesting with the movies, the Michael Myers got really, really bad. It just they couldn't get the mask right, and it just was not good in my opinion. But yeah, not going to go on much more about that. That there is a button I got at a Horrorama convention. It's the floor pattern from The Shining, but not the famous one that everybody kind of knows. It's this is from the hotel room, room 237. So that might look familiar to some people if you're a Shining fan, which I am. And up here, this is Pumpkinhead. This is I bought this used recently, and yes, I unpackaged it, and the packaging on it was huge, and it's not really valuable. And I like to put them on display. I don't care about unless it's something really collectible. Not really that interested in keeping them in the package, except for my dolls up here, because I like putting them on the wall like that. But the detail on this is McFarlane. This is from their Movie Maniacs collection. You can see on the stand in the background. This is the older version of the Movie Maniacs, where they came with the poster from the film in this big crazy frame. You can see there. And but the detail on this is really well done. Comes into focus. Just look at that, like even the mouth, like the claws. Really well made figure. I have a few Movie Maniacs collections. I got a Leatherface up here. And then over here, I talked about recently in another video, the Brundlefly, which you can see. The newer Movie Maniacs series isn't quite that detailed. It's not as good, but which I got a couple. I'll show them real quick. Wicked Witch of the West here. I'll be doing a video on my Wizard of Oz one. Not a lot of stuff in there, but and then Pennywise one down here. But they still look good, but the plastic is not as solid. And instead of coming with a framed thing, they come with this little. Where is it? There, this little stand, which I don't mind. It's still kind of neat, but I do prefer the bones and everything in the poster in the background. Just looks kind of cooler to me, but you might have a different opinion about that. Anyway, if you want to comment below and talk about anything you might have in your collection, or maybe you have some of the same things I have, and leave a comment for sure. I will get back to it. And if you want to subscribe, if you haven't already, that would be outstanding. Hey, hit that like button, and I guess until the next one. Bye.